Welcome to Yoga Within Your Home. I'm Darria, and today's class is perfect for when you first get up in the morning or any time of day where you sort of want to stretch your spine in all the ways. Today's practice will begin seated. So take a moment to find a comfortable seat, whatever that might be for you. You could have one leg extended or both legs extended. You might want to sit on the edge of a blanket or block. Just get comfortable. Hands can rest on the legs. Spine lengthens. Get a sense of what's touching the floor here. And think of rooting down into the floor. And then think of lifting, think of rising up through the center of your body. Your spine gets long, your shoulders relax, and you might softly close your eyes or just soften your gaze down towards the floor. Just in your own time, take a nice deep inhalation through your nose and release that breath through the mouth. Doing that again, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. One more time, nice deep inhalation and exhale. Just letting yourself settle into your breath. Beginning to draw your awareness inwards. Just noticing how you feel today, physically, mentally, energetically. Keep rooting down into the ground beneath you. Keep rising up through the center of your body. Spine is long and lifted. Chin's parallel to the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Feel your heart beating. Feel your breath coming and going. Take a moment just to notice what you notice around you. Your eyes are closed. Notice the light behind your eyes. Notice any sounds you might hear. Notice how you feel about those sounds. Notice the feeling of your clothing on your skin, and notice the feeling of the temperature of the air around you. Just be fully present in this moment. Take a nice deep inhalation and releasing exhalation. Blink your eyes open. Keep your hands resting on your legs. Lean your torso forward and start to circle over to the left. Doesn't really matter which direction you go. We'll do both directions. Next time you come forward, stay low. Keep your right hand on your right thigh. So we're not pressing into the knee. We're using the hand on that thigh to remind it to stay down. Keep pressing back through your sitting bones. So your sitting bones are still on the floor. Your tailbone is reaching back behind you. And you're going to take your torso over your left leg. Your hand can come to the floor. Keep that right hand on the right thigh to remind it to root down. So I'm actively pressing that leg down as I lean my torso over the left leg. Just works a little bit into the hips here. Can feel really nice. Can feel a little intense some days depending on what's going on, or some days I don't really feel much of anything. So it's just really a little bit of exploration right now. Come back through center. Pick yourself up. Lengthen your spine. You can always, for this next part, if your shoulders are sore, remember you can keep your hands on your hips, or you could keep your fingertips on top of your shoulders. But if your shoulders feel okay, pick that right arm up, get long here, and lean into a side bend. Lifting up, release. Reach the left arm up, lean over to the right. Pick yourself up. and release. So we'll do this a couple of times, reaching the arm up, leaning into the side bend. As you lean into the side bend, watch you don't round forward. You want to go strictly sideways. Don't worry too much if that arm is straight. I know when I first get up in the morning, my shoulders can be really sort of stiff, so my arms don't always straighten. One more time to each side, leaning over to the left, root down through that right leg. Come back up, release. Pick your left arm up, lean over to the right and root down through your left leg. And pick yourself up, release. Roll your shoulders open. Lightly rest your fingertips on the floor. A little bit of bend to the elbows. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. As your shoulder blades come towards each other, your chest already begins to lift. So again, think of rooting down through what's touching the floor as you lift up through the center of your body. Your upper chest, your collarbones, reach for the ceiling, and maybe you look up slightly. Being careful that you're not dropping your head back. There's too much tension in the neck when we do that. We just want to think of creating some length in the front body. That'll take us into a really gentle back bend. Bring your head forward. Bring your hands forward. Hands can rest on the floor in front of you. Again, we're rooting down through those sitting bones and lengthening the spine. So this might be your forward fold. Some of you might walk forward a little bit. Some of you might drop your elbows to the floor. Some of you might drop your face to the floor. It doesn't really matter how far you go. Do think about continuing to press back through your sitting bones. Press back with the tailbone. And here, because it's early in the morning, I like to kind of rock a little bit from side to side. I like a little bit of movement. I feel like I get into my hips a little bit more. You might want a little bit of stillness. Really entirely up to you. And I'm really just shifting my weight from one side to the other. I'm not lifting up off of the floor. It's a pretty small movement. Pause at the center. Pick yourself back up. Just check which leg is in front. Stretch your legs out in front of you and bounce them out. Take your hands back behind you. You can lean back into your hands. Take your feet pretty wide apart and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Your knees, your legs might touch the floor, they might not. Doesn't really matter too much. And then come back up to center. Cross your legs the other way, so the other leg is in front, and sit up tall. Lean your torso forward, and this time start to circle over to the right, or the other way, the one you didn't do last time. And if you circle the same direction both times, nothing bad actually happens, so don't worry about it too much. Next time you come forward, stay low. Keep rooting down through your sitting bones. Keep your left hand on your left thigh and lean your torso over your right leg. Your right hand can come to the floor. You might keep your head in line with your spine, or some of you might drop your head. It can be a nice stretch for your neck. Whatever you choose, just be mindful of how your neck feels and let it be a comfortable position for your neck, for your head to be in a comfortable position in relation to your neck. Keep rooting down through the left side of your body. Come back to center. Pick yourself back up. From here, we'll lengthen the spine for a moment. And just keeping it super simple, moving into a twist. So your left hand comes to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Lift the spine up and twist over to the right. Come back to center, change sides. So now the right hand is on the left knee, the left hand is behind you. Lift up your spine and twist left. And then just go again over to the right, changing the arms. Over to the left. One more time to each side. And last time over to the left. Coming back to center. Again, roll those shoulders back. Lightly rest the fingertips on the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your upper chest, your collarbones. Maybe look up slightly. Don't drop your head back. Be mindful of how your neck feels. Keep it comfortable. Do think about lengthening the front of your body to create that gentle back bend. One more breath here. Head comes forward, hands come forward. It'll feel different with the legs crossed a different way. So maybe this is your forward fold, hands to the floor, lengthening the spine, pressing back through the sitting bones. Maybe you come down to the elbows, maybe your forehead's on the floor. Again, it doesn't matter. You decide if you like that movement, just shifting your weight from side to side can feel really good, or maybe you just need stillness and you just need to settle into your forward fold. You decide. If you're shifting your weight from side to side, come back to center. Walk yourself back up. You can repeat that same windshield wipering of the legs, leaning back on the hands, or this time reach your arms out to the side. Spread your fingers wide. Again, it's that little bit of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bend your knees in front of you. Feet are wide apart, and we'll windshield wiper the legs again. A little more strength this time. Just a slightly different movement in the hips. Keep opening the arms as wide as you can. Keep spreading your fingers as wide as you can. Keep shifting your legs from side to side. I do pick up my feet. Sometimes there's a variation where we keep our feet in the same direction. I actually just want to move a little bit more into my hips today. So if you feel like you need to keep your feet in one spot, you certainly could do that. And then when you feel even, come back to center. Bring your foot soles together. Hold your ankles or hold your feet and rock from side to side. And then come back to center. Pause for just a moment. Release your feet and then cross one foot in front of the other and see if you can come up to standing without using your hands. Doesn't work for everyone, so do what you need to do, but try not to use your hands if you can. Land into Tadasana. So lovely mountain posture. Feet a little bit apart, toes point forward. Again, we're rooting down into what's touching the floor, and we're rising up through the center of the body. Shoulders are relaxed, chins parallel to the floor, standing tall for just a moment. Shift your weight into your left foot. Pick up your right heel. Notice how your balance feels today. If you need to move towards a wall or something you can hold on to, do that. Otherwise, hands could be on your hips, they could be out to the side, whatever you need to for stability. If you can, pick that foot up. Now you could stay here. Some of you might want to hold the back of that thigh if that feels better, just an option. Try to keep your legs still, but circle your foot. So we don't want to be all wonky. We want to make circles with that foot so that we're working into the ankle. And change the direction. Circle the other way a few times. Pause and then point and flex. Perfect. Hold for just a moment. Lower that leg down. Walk it out a little bit. Shift your weight into the right foot. Pick up your left heel. It'll feel different from side to side, so hold on to something if that's what you need. When you're ready, pick that leg up. Circle your foot in one direction. So again, we just want sort of ankle circles. We don't want to be all wonky here. We want a little bit of control. Circle the other way. Really good for the health of our ankle. Keeps it strong and mobile. And then point and flex that foot a few times. And then pause, hold for just a moment, release that leg down, walk it out. Stand tall, back to mountain pose, rooting down into the earth, rising up through the midline of the body. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. And softly blink them open. The next move will be breath of joy. It's a breathing exercise, and I'm going to show you two variations of it. The first variation, or the way the breath is done, is it's a 3-part inhalation through the nose, and then it's an exhalation through the mouth. And we move with the breath. So the full variation looks like this. We step the feet a little wider apart. We inhale, 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 and then exhale. Knees bend, everything's really loose, and we fall forward. That can be a lot if you have any pressure in your head or you have any dizziness. So an option for you would be to slow that breath down and inhale, inhale, inhale. And when you exhale, just come halfway forward. Bend your knees, rest your elbows on your knees, and look towards the floor. Don't drop your head down. If those both feel too much for you today, just let the breath go. Just stand and breathe normally. So we will begin together. You choose the variation that works for you. Feet a little bit apart. And I'm going to do 6 rounds. If 6 rounds is too much, do more. If 6 rounds is too much, do less. Just take a break whenever you need to. Otherwise, we'll begin. We'll inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Last one. Coming back up to standing. Just pausing for a moment. You can step your feet a little closer together. Just noticing how you feel. You might not close your eyes this time. Just stand tall for a moment. And then we'll come back down to seated. If you can come down without using your hands, try that. You might cross one foot in front of the other and sit all the way down. And as you come down to seated, once again, bring your foot soles together. Hold your ankles or hold your feet and rock a little bit from side to side. Pause at the center, lift the spine tall. You might drop your chin down towards your chest. One more breath here. Pick your head back up. Just come to a comfortable seated position, so cross legs or extend one or both legs. Lift your spine tall. Reach out through your fingertips. Arms reach away from the midline of the body. Spread your fingers wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then wrap your arms around your shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. Spread your shoulder blades apart. See if you can wiggle your fingers back to hold the insides of your shoulder blades. Lift the spine tall. You might tuck your chin towards your chest if that feels good. Lift your head back up if you've tucked your chin. Open your arms wide. Spread the fingertips wide apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Wrap your arms around the other way. Give yourself a big hug again. Wiggle your fingers back. Lengthen your spine. Tuck your chin to your chest if that feels good. Pick your head back up if you've dropped your chin. Open the arms wide again and release them down. Today we'll just take a moment to relax in a seated position. If you feel like you want or need Shavasana, please feel free to lie down and just ignore me. Take as long as you need. Otherwise, just resting your hands on your legs. Maybe you rest with the palms facing up. Again, noticing what's connected to the floor, rooting down into that support of the ground beneath you as you rise up through the midline of the body. Chins parallel to the floor, and maybe you softly close your eyes. Just feel your heart beating. Feel your breath coming and going. And just taking a moment to be aware of this present moment. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. Notice the feeling of the clothing on your skin, the temperature of the air that surrounds you. Notice any sounds you might hear. Notice the light behind your eyes. Just being fully present in this moment. Your next exhalation, drop your chin towards your chest. Keep lifting through your spine and very slowly roll your chin along your collarbone from side to side. And when you feel even, bring your chin back to center. Softly blink your eyes open. Pick your head back up. Bring your arms out to the side. Gather up all of the positive energy you've created and draw it into your heart. Pause for a moment of gratitude. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a lovely day. Namaste.